Hey guys, LadyLibertyStacker. I'm back again today. It's Saturday, March the 12th, 2022. And today I'm going to show you how I make my super easy keto low carb chocolates. These are to mimic the Dove chocolates I used to eat all the time before I went on keto. But just so you know, I've lost 57 pounds on keto since last June of 2021. I still have more to go, about 25 pounds to go, give or take, as to how I feel. I feel fantastic. I've had a lot of health benefits from it. I use a lot of cast iron in my cooking, and I do a lot of restoration and cast iron on my channel, so I do incorporate cast iron in many of my videos. But today, it's just this silicone mold I'm going to use to form my candies, and I'm going to freeze it for 60 minutes in the freezer to set it. But I have just basically 5 ingredients here, I believe. We're going to use almonds. I like almonds in my candy. I used to love the Dove dark chocolate with almonds. It would be a little bit of chunks of almond, little almond bits throughout the candy. You could do that. You could put these in a food processor. I choose to put them in whole because it gives a nice bite or kick to the candies. You can make these candies without the almonds and just use the chocolate. I do that for my husband because he doesn't like nuts in the candy. I use a different mold so I can tell the difference between the two. I also use Anthony's organic cocoa butter wafers, and I measure them out here. I use about 8 tablespoons or 80 grams. I use unsweetened baking chocolate. I haven't been able to find Baker's unsweetened, so I found this at Walmart, which I'm not a great fan of, but I needed this. This is 100% cacao, unsweetened chocolate baking bar, and it's got only 1 net carb per 1 piece. I'm going to put 8 pieces in this. I'm going to melt it in the Pyrex. I also use pure vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon, and I use 10 drops, or actually 20 stevia, sweet leaf stevia drops, and I also use Swerve, the ultimate confectioner sugar replacement. This stuff melts great in the microwave along with my chocolate and cocoa butter. And the cocoa butter, the Anthony's, I get at Amazon. I got the chocolate you can get it at your local grocery store or Walmart, and the Swerve you can get at Walmart, Amazon. The grocery stores aren't totally on board yet with this stuff, but it's super easy. And to stay on keto, you have to have treats. It has to be fun once in a while. So I'm going to show you how I make this without talking too much. That's hard for me to do sometimes because I like to give you the background on this stuff. So first we're going to put our Anthony's chocolate in here. We're going to turn on the digital scale. It's 0 grams. I'm going to put the glass Pyrex that I'm going to use. It has a pour spout that I'm going to pour into the mold. I'm going to tare it on the scale for 0 grams. It's got to be on a flat surface for you to do this. And I'm going to measure in. I'm going to take out a couple. And that's 78 grams. I'll put 1 back in. It doesn't have to be exact, but I like it to be fairly close. There we go. There's 80 grams there of chocolate. Now this is already measured out. We put the whole bar in. It is 8 squares, or 113 grams. Just going to rip it open here. And this is wonderful dark chocolate. I've never used this brand before in my candies. We're going to try to break them up into smaller pieces so it's easier to melt. And now we don't really need the scale anymore, so I'm going to get rid of the scale and just show you the, break them up small, easier to melt. And I'm going to put this Pyrex in little batches. I start out with like a minute, and then I give it another 45 seconds. And putting the chocolate and the cocoa in the microwave. And we're going to set it now for 1 minute. I'm going to give it a quick minute. And we're going to come back after that is done. While the chocolate's melting in the microwave, I'm going to go ahead and add an almond in each of my little tins here, or molds. And I'm going to pour the chocolate around it once it's melted out of the Pyrex cup. It just makes it super easy to do. These I got from Kirkland, or Costco. It's the Costco brand Kirkland Signature Dry Roasted Almonds. These are so good, and almonds are allowed on the keto diet. Now, if you follow a real strict keto diet, they say to avoid nuts and seeds, but actually nuts and seeds are good. They have a lot of monounsaturated fats. It's just good to balance it out with as many healthy fats as possible. You just don't want to go crazy on the nuts. A lot of people can't control themselves with nuts, which is the reason why they tell you to stay away from them. But these nuts just give this, oh, that's a small one, a really nice contrast to the sweet chocolate. So they're all ready to go. We're going to go back over to the microwave, and I'm going to take it out. It's been in there for a minute. And we're going to take our silicone spatula, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a stir. I'm going to put it in for another minute and lay that down. We're going to do another minute, and you just got to do it in batches. You don't want to burn your chocolate. And we're going to put in for a quick minute. There it goes. So while that's going for another minute, we're going to next add our swerve. It's a half a cup or 8 tablespoons of swerve confectioner's sugar. And then once all that is melted, and I will, give it a last mix with my spatula and to get the final melting done, it'll take between 2 and 3 minutes. I'm using a smaller container than I did before. It'll be easier to pour, but it may take a little longer to melt in the microwave. But anyway, we're going to do that. Then we're going to add 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract and 20 drops of stevia. Now, the stevia and the erythritol, which is what the swerve is, does not spike insulin. This is perfectly safe for diabetics. Anybody that's pre-diabetic, anybody that simply wants to be on the low-carb diet, or you want to reverse your insulin resistance. It does not spike insulin. So we're going to get it back out of the microwave again. I'm going to give it another mix. There it is. And that's almost mixed. And this is a silicone spatula, so it holds up well. And I think up to 400 degrees in heat. I got these off of Amazon. Now we're going to go ahead and add our swerve in here. Give it a good mix. And it melts really good. This will be super easy to pour the molds into the molds. It doesn't take long at all. It's actually melting with the hot chocolate. I didn't even have to put it into the microwave. Just stirring it here like this. You just don't want to burn your chocolate, that's all. That would not be good. Just not good. You could use a double broiler if you want, but I think the microwave is quicker and more convenient. And it's all about convenience. If it's not easy to do, guys, you're not going to do it. You just want it to be easy to do so you can come and make these again and again and again. And when that chocolate craving kicks in, have a couple of these after dinner. You just have to control yourself with anything else. Keto treats, what have you. You just need to control yourself. And when you eat a high-fat, low-carb diet, your cravings usually are under control. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. So now what we're going to do, we're going to add in our stevia drops, 20. The original recipe calls for 15 or 16 servings. I can't remember. I'm not looking at it right now, and it called for 5 drops, 5 to 10 drops. I use 20. We like them sweet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whoops, 20. Good enough. We're going to put in 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, not the imitation stuff. That's not good for you. You want pure. And ideally, when you make a lot of your things at home like this, you're avoiding a lot of the toxins that they put in processed food. You're avoiding the bad sugars, the maltitol, the dextrose, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to give it a good mix. And it's nice and melted. And you may have to nuke it a little bit more in the microwave if it starts to solidify on you, but hopefully it won't. So we're going to scrape it off there. Back into the, there we are. Now, I'll turn it over here. I'm just going to pour it in. And I'm going to stop talking and just speed it up so you can see how I do this. I pour it almost to the top, but let it fill in. Okay, everything's poured, and you just want to go like this a couple times to make sure everything is even. And we're going to stick it in the freezer for an hour, and I'll come back and show you what they look like when they're done and give it a taste test. Okay guys, I am back. Just pulled these out of the freezer. It's been an hour. They're set. Now here there's a couple of the chocolate was starting to solidify again, but it doesn't matter. The stuff tastes great. But one thing I want to point out, I missed an almond in one of these, either this one or this one. I got it. I got it in time. The camera had cut out on me while I was pouring these. But basically, this is what you're going to get. They're super easy to take out of the mold, so I will show you. Actually, I'll show you one of these. It just pops right out. I love these silicone, and that's what you have. There's a candy, and I'll go ahead and do a taste test. I'm going to take a bite. And that's what it looks like with the almond in the middle. Delicious. So I like to suck on these. They have a nice dark color. Now, I keep them in the refrigerator because they stay best that way. They can stay there a month or longer even, but they're usually not around that long because they're so good. But anyway, I'm going to show you how I store them. I put them in here. And these are the ones from the last batch. And that's probably about a month ago at least that I made these. Maybe not that long ago. They still look good. They still taste good. But I wanted some more because I'm kind of running out. But these are delicious, guys. Absolutely delicious. And only about 0.9 net carbs per candy. 0.9. So if you're going, but I try to stay around 20 net carbs a day or less. That allows leafy greens and non-starchy vegetables, and occasionally a treat like this. You got to enjoy your food, or you're never going to stay on any kind of diet lifestyle. So these are delicious. Give them a try. And if you like videos like this, give me a thumb up. Leave a comment or question below. Thanks for watching, guys, and go make it a great day.